Welcome back, everybody. Man, it is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here at the Fairgrounds, and the energy is absolutely electric today. We are gearing up for a massive day of music with the legendary Eagles and the one and only T-Pain, ready to shut it down later today. But before the headliners take the stage, we've got a packed show for you, including an exclusive interview with New Orleans' own Trombone Shorty. Food writer Ian McNulty is also taking us on a sugar rush through the festival's famous dessert cluster, Sweet Street. Plus, we're sitting down with the visionary behind the iconic Bayou Ware. And if you're looking to stretch your festival budget, we'll show you a brilliant local grocery hack to keep you fueled up for less. NOLA.com Live at Jazz Fest is brought to you by Explore Louisiana, who invites you to feed your soul by planning your next Louisiana trip at ExploreLouisiana.com. And New Orleans & Company, who have curated your next NOLA visit at NewOrleans.com. Let's dive in.
Ian McNulty here at Jazz Fest, and today we're going to explore Sweet Street. Don't look for that on the festival map, that's not the official name. But when I realized that Jazz Fest had clustered a number of my favorite dessert booths in one spot, I decided that sounds like it should be called Sweet Street. We're going to go check it out. It's filled with all kinds of delicious desserts and little sweet bites to get you through your Jazz Fest day. Right here by the Gentilly stage, by the Gentilly entrance, and perhaps not coincidentally, right by the Jazz Fest Kids area, is Sweet Street. We're going to find some of my favorite snacks here, and I'm going to take you on a little tour. I love the pralines and cookies, the homemade pies from Mr. Williams, the chocolate éclair, and a sleeper hit of the brownie over here at Angelo's Bakery. And then we're going to get some gelato just across the way. And there's the Roman Candyman over there, and snowballs galore. There's cocktails nearby. Sweet Street has it all. I'm going to show you some of my favorite treats right now. The classic New Orleans praline. This is New Orleans street food. It's history tied up in a candy. There you go. I know where it's at. It's buttery, caramelized, little pecan flavor in there. Classic. That's the color of flavor right there. Delicious. These are just petite little pies, you know, palm-sized pies. You want to feel like a giant? Pretend this is a normal-sized pie, and you're just palming it, the whole thing. They'll give you a fork. You can dig in like that if you want to be demure, but that's not how I roll. I just go right in. The bean pie is a really unique flavor of Jazz Fest. It's made with beans. This doesn't sound like a sweet treat at all, but it is. But it's a mellow sweet thing. It's more of a little grown-up afternoon, have a little snack with your coffee kind of a flavor. There's a nice spice to it, and it's really satisfying. And the crust itself is just delicious. But if the bean pie is a little on the edge for you, you can't go wrong with your straight-up pecan pie. And yes, in Louisiana we say pecan, not pecan. That's something else entirely. Homey, sweet, satisfying. Like someone who loves you is baking for you. Angelo's Bakery out in Kenner. They always do a great job with Italian desserts year-round, but one of their Jazz Fest specialties is this éclair. Now, this is a chilled éclair, and one of the reasons I love it is it's halfway between a chilled treat and a baked good. It's almost like an éclair has gone to an ice cream parlor. And when so much chocolate, just filled with it. But I think one of the sleeper hits out here at Jazz Fest is the brownie. Nothing fancy about it, but you can see just how dense and chocolatey that is. Eating this brownie, it's like they've somehow captured frosting in brownie form. It's deeply chocolatey and very satisfying.
How's it going?
Doing great.
Do you want to get?
Yeah, we're gonna do, this is for the camera too, so we're gonna do the creme brulee affogato.
Creme brulee affogato!
So you want something sweet and you need a little pick-me-up out here on a hot day at Jazz Fest? Just say affogato. It's the gelato covered with a shot of espresso. We picked creme brulee for this one.
How is it, Ian?
It's fantastic.
Fantastic?
It's just what the doctor ordered.
Perfect.
this is a gelato that you get to sip. It's got that rich, bitter, dark espresso in there, balanced out by the rich, creamy gelato, and the creme brulee flavor with the affogato style, terrific. And in the spirit of our mashups, playing with your Jazz Fest food when on Sweet Street, why not take your gelato and add some praline? That's a bite I can get behind.
Hi, I'm Billy Nungesser, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana, and we're about to kick off a great day at the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. This festival puts Louisiana food, music, and culture center stage. There's nothing like it anywhere. I hope you have a great time and get inspired to come back and experience all Louisiana has to offer. Visit explorelouisiana.com to plan a trip of a lifetime where you can feed your soul.
Well, it is the last Saturday of Jazz Fest, and the weather is so much better. The sun is out once again. A few clouds around, but a mostly sunny afternoon is what I'm expecting. That's the good news. The bad news is that when the sun comes the high UV index. It is once again at the very high level, almost at the extreme level. So you got to put on the hat, the shades, and you got to apply the sunscreen and reapply as necessary. Temperatures this afternoon only rising into the low 70s. And with a northerly wind at 15 miles per hour, the air is very dry. The humidity is low. It is really going to be wonderful. Tonight, if you're around for T-Pain or the Eagles, the skies will be nice and clear. Temperatures will be in the 60s. It's going to be a great evening. Hey, this forecast brought to you by Entergy, powering our culture-rich home for more than 100 years.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NOLA.com.
New Orleans, welcome back. We are under the Bayouware tent, and I'm here with Bud Brimberg. He is the originator of the Jazz Fest poster. Back in 1975, you kind of coined that idea, and now you have a full line of all of these different shirts and dresses and skirts. Walk me through what it's been like from now, all the way back then.
Well, it started as a class project and sort of grew from there. And I did it once thinking it was a one-off. Quint called me and said, would you come back and do the poster again? So the first one was 75. The next one was 76. And then it just kind of grew. It started selling out. It became a collectible, sort of an overlay on the culture. In 81, I showed Quint a poster that had a guy wearing a shirt. And he said, the poster's okay, but I really like that shirt. So I made a shirt. And the shirt became Bayouware, and Bayouware became shirts and dresses, camisoles, shorts, skirts, aprons.
So when you're, coming up with the ideas each year, they change and they are so colorful. They have plenty of different patterns. What's the inspiration for this year?
Desperation? No. Feathers, the 2015 poster by Frenchie of Bodalis, Big Chief, was a really beautiful electric blue. And I couldn't get it out of my head. So I called Frenchie up and I said, let's make a shirt. And then, of course, there's a lot of technical stuff that's involved in going from an art print to a textile print. But we bridged that and then did the buttons, which are little conga drums, which every year the buttons are different. So on the alligator shirt, they're alligator teeth. On the red bean shirt, they're red beans. On the watermelon shirt, they're watermelon seeds, and so on.
I mean, there's just so much creativity here. You might have one of the coolest jobs out there. What do you think? I mean, how does it feel that, people are wearing these at festivals across the country, across the world for that matter, and it brings them back to where we are now?
I feel fabulous. I'll give you a little anecdote. I don't remember when, I was in Prague on a streetcar, and some guy gets on wearing a red bean shirt. We had no way of talking. He didn't speak English. I didn't speak Czech, but I went like this, and he went, and what more? Really? Is there more to life than that?
I mean, that really says it all. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you next time.
Hey, New Orleans. I'm Casey Bubnash here with our Jazz Festers of the day. They're all the way from Australia, so tell us your name.
Molly Rogers, MARLEYRGEIS.
How old are you?
9.
And I heard it's almost your birthday. When's your birthday?
In May.
In May? When in May?
17th.
Amazing. And your name?
I'm Dane Rogers, 36.
And where in Australia are you guys from?
East Coast, Sunshine Coast, so just north of Brisbane.
And where'd you hear about Jazz Fest? How'd you get here?
We're in a camper van, so driving from New York to LA and just looking at things along the way and looking for events and stuff. And saw Jazz Fest was on, so we bought a ticket and made a special stop for it.
And I see you guys have found the children's tent. What do you think of all the glitter and costumes?
I love it so much.
I love your glitter. What all have you made in here so far?
I got glitter on my face, and then I'm making a float and a costume.
Amazing. So what do you think of New Orleans and Jazz Fest so far?
Yeah, it's awesome. We've taken Marley to concerts since she was pretty young. I think her first blues fest was like 2 or 3. So she's seen hundreds of bands, and this is amazing. It's the setup's incredible. It's good to have the kids included, and
Wow. So have you had any food in particular that you've loved so far, or is this your first day out?
First day here, we got in late last night, so we had some shrimp where we're staying, which we call prawns in Australia, but they were really good. We'll experience a bit more later on.
What's your favorite thing you've had in New Orleans so far?
Well, you've had is the Caesar salad.
Yeah.
A Caesar salad. Are you looking forward to eating anything out here at the festival today?
I might try some alligator. I'll probably stay away from the catfish. I'm a fisherman myself, so catfish just isn't really nice, but I'll definitely try some alligator.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Those are our Jazz Festers of the day. Thanks for tuning in.
In my Louisiana, sunrise means fresh seafood on the table.
My Louisiana, every meal is a celebration.
My Louisiana really makes me wonder.
Ours is fast!
With real-life swamp creatures!
In my Louisiana, music is a way of life.
My Louisiana is sheer magic, from sun up to sundown.
Till sunup again. What will your Louisiana be?
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
Festival season is a non-stop party, but for a soulful reset between those high-energy weekends, head to Central Louisiana. We're trading city streets for the ancient beauty of the cypress trees. Start at Chico State Park. This is Louisiana at its most genuine. Wander the Arboretum to see our native beauty up close, then stand among the giants on the Cypress Walk. These boardwalks are the perfect place to slow down and breathe. Head into Bunkie to refuel with famous red beans, hearty sandwiches, and a slice of homemade pie for dessert. You'll find it all inside Griffin's Antiques and Main Street Market, a treasure hunter's dream filled with vintage finds and local handmade goods. Next, step into Hoover's Five and Dime. It's pure, spirited nostalgia where you'll find everything you didn't know you needed. This local staple will have you smiling the second you walk through the aisles. Before you head home, hit the Palace Farmers Market for a fresh taste of the local harvest. Keep the good times rolling and plan your next adventure at explorelouisiana.com.
One way to save money at Jazz Fest is to buy food before you go. Start off with a good breakfast, and then you can stop at any of the grocery stores on your way to the fest. We just happen to be at Conseco's, and so we're going to check out their sandwich selection, get us a nice little thing to eat on our way in, and then we can also grab snacks to take in.
And you can bring all of those into the fest.
And you can also bring in a sealed water bottle that you can open in the fest and then refill later. Smart water. There's so many to choose from.
I want the biggest water available to me.
Okay. I mean, if you're an ogre, you can get an onion.
You're a vampire, stay away from the garlic, by the way.
I do kind of want a big tub of hummus, but I guess I'll go with the personal size hummus.
I also love a chicken salad moment. Just saying, maybe that's just me. They have fresh Cubans every day. They're great for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever you need.
This is a honey corn dog and a burger.
See, anything you need. Nice and cheap. Even some shrimp. If you want a little bit of boiled shrimp. All right, I'm gonna do a Cuban. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go with my hummus and this meat pie.
We're ready, and now we're headed to the fest.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Keith Spiro with NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. I am out here at the 2026 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival with a musician that anyone who's familiar with Jazz Fest knows all about, Mr. Troy Andrews, aka Trombone Shorty.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for having me.
So, has it been a good Jazz Fest for you?
It has. I only came out one day last week on Sunday to check out my buddy John Baptiste.
Mm-hmm.
And walked around and got me a fried pork chop sandwich with Mitch Landry.
Got a pork chop sandwich with Mitch Landry.
He bought it for me, so I owe him one. Yeah, so
you got to pay that debt. Yeah, you got to pay that debt.
It don't get more New Orleans than that.
No, it doesn't. Did you see your buddy John Baptiste's Swamp Show?
I was able to catch. I went into his dressing room maybe 20 minutes before he went on, and I went in there and I'm looking for John, and it's him sitting there with a full costume on with gray hair and a gray beard. I'm like, man, what's going on? So I was able to catch about 20 minutes of the show, but it was pretty funny to see him like that.
Now, do you plan to dress like an old man for your closing set at Jazz Fest on Sunday?
No, I'm trying to keep it youthful. Maybe I can convince him if he's still in town to come out as that character. He can take over.
Well, let's see. You started closing out the main stage at Jazz Fest in 2013, so you're basically 13 years into it now. You've had all kinds of special guests get up with you for that closing set. What do you think is in store for this Sunday? Can you give us any hints as to what you're going to be doing to close it out?
Definitely, I'll be there with my band, but most of those things that happen, it happens in the moment, or it happened that day. Like last year, I woke up to a call from Juvenile saying that him and Manny Fresh wanted to join me on stage. So I had to call and get my band together so we can get the arrangement of that. And of course, when I played with Lenny, he stayed around and hung out with us. So some of those things are spontaneous and worked out that day, right? Maybe 30 minutes before the show. Wow. So I'm not sure who will be around or which one of my friends will still be in town, and we'll just throw it out there and see what happens.
Lenny being Lenny Kravitz, of course.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz.
Who you have a long history with. Well, all right. I mean, is this something you see doing as long as I'll keep having you, closing out the festival?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of our life. It's a part of the fabric of New Orleans, and it's a great honor that Quint Davis thought that I was strong enough of an artist to represent New Orleans after such major acts that played before them and the lines of the Neville brothers and people like that. So it's always a fun thing. This is like a Super Bowl for us in New Orleans. So to be able to have that closing spot, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And as long as I can continue to play the horn and perform, and as long as they'll have me, I'll be there.
Well, you are one of the hardest working men in show business around New Orleans this time of year.
Yeah, no sleep.
No sleep? Your lips are holding up good with all the horn blowing, yeah?
Well, last week we played 3 hours at the Singer Theater, and then I think close to 2 hours or 2 hours plus at Tipatina. So it's been a lot of ibuprofen for me.
A lot of ibuprofen. Yeah. The Tipatina show, we should mention, it was Shorty Fest, your annual benefit for your foundation that you do at Tipatina is the Monday between Jazz Fest weekends. And I was at that show, and I could tell, you were supposed to end at midnight, and I could tell you were trying to keep it going because you were waiting for...
Yeah, I was waiting for John Baptiste. He decided to announce a show at Snug Harbor that day, and that Monday. And he went long. I mean, he had a great lineup of musicians. I saw Jason Marcellus was there, Nicholas Payton, Hurlin Riley, Reginald Ville. I wanted to be able to get over there, but I had my event. So of course, when you get all of those great musicians together, it's going to continue. Time doesn't matter, So, but for me at Tipitina's playing, waiting on him, I kept trying to go, and it was like 3 minutes, 10 minutes, and so we just jammed. It felt like a big jam session, and I'm like, well, because I had already landed the plane in my head. I'm like, we're getting out of here. It's the end. And then they're like, John is coming. So on the spot, I did an impromptu arrangement, and the band just followed me. And it was a great segment for him to come in. And then we ended the way like that with him on stage.
It was another great Jazz Fest moment.
Yeah,
so.
another great jazz. And not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think John and I have shared the Tipatina stage together. It could be maybe right after Katrina or right before Katrina.
Wow.
So it's been that long that I think we have stand on that stage together.
Well, it was a memorable moment for Jazz Fest. You've made a lot of them over the years. I hope you get to do many, many more.
Yes, yes, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Thank you.
All right. Once again, that is Trombone Shorty. I'm Keith Spera out here at the 2026 Jazz Fest.
In my Louisiana, jazz has a way of making me sway.
Cajun goes way into the night.
Zydeco is the only way to move me. That's right. In my Louisiana, blues is a way of life.
When you find your Louisiana, you feed your soul.
If you plan on exploring the French Quarter during Jazz Fest, walk right off Bourbon Street and find the Alibi. It may seem unassuming from the outside, but the drinks are delicious and they have good daily drink specials. They make a mean hurricane and are also known for their Bloody Marys and frozen Irish coffee. The Alibi is known for being a late night spot that caters to service industry workers, but it's also great for a daytime drink that you can take to go as you explore the quarter. And if you get hungry, the Alibi also serves food like burgers, sandwiches, and wings.
So you like things curated with a little extra care? Good. This city doesn't do ordinary. It does unforgettable. A little indulgence? Of course, you've earned it. Culture? We wrote the book. Where dinner is more than a meal, it's an experience. And music? Oh, it finds you. This is New Orleans, curated for you. Get started at NOLA.com.
Well, that's going to do it for our Saturday afternoon show. A huge thank you to Trombone Shorty for sitting down with us, to Ian McNulty for making us all hungry, and to the team at BayouWare for the incredible insight into their iconic threads. And a special thanks to our sponsors, Explore Louisiana, who invites you to feed your soul by planning your next Louisiana trip at explorelouisiana.com, and New Orleans & Company, who have curated your next NOLA visit at neworleans.com. Whether you're headed out to grab those grocery store savings or staking out your spot for the Eagles and T-Pain, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day out there. Enjoy the music, stay hydrated, and we will see you right back here tomorrow. For now, we leave you with the sights and sounds of Louisiana.